Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making one Cameroonian snack called Akra Banana. I like to keep it simple, authentic, yet it always comes out tasting very yummy and delicious. So this you can use it for your family serving, or also you can use it as small chops for your parties. So to start, you're going to be needing your manioc, which you will take out the skin of your manioc, and then you go ahead to give it a nice wash. For this recipe, I'm using one medium-sized manioc, and I'm going to peel that, give it a good wash, and then we'll move over to blending of our manioc. When you want to blend your manioc, blend it with little or no water. You can also use a grater to grater it, just like we'll do back home in Cameroon. Now, one extra step that I like to do is that when I'm blended my manioc or grated my manioc, I would like to use a cheesecloth and put the blended cassava in there, give it a good press, squeeze it as much as you can. You can take out that water from it, the starchy water from it. I do not like to have that in my akra, so I go ahead and squeeze it. Another way is to put it in the sink and then place a heavy object on it if you have no one to help you, and it's going to press out that water. Once you take out the water, then it's time to move over to the next step. Now again, for this recipe I am using one manioc, and that is about 700 to that's about 700 to a kilo of manioc when I have ground. If I say manioc, it's in French cassava. So for this recipe we are going to be needing about 7 to 10 medium-sized banana. Now the more ripe your banana is, the sweeter your akra is going to get. But I also want to mention here that you should be careful not to use overripe banana that is almost rotten. This is because it's going to make your paste to be very soft, especially if it's your first time. You might miss the texture, because it's also important to get the texture right. So you want to go ahead and add your banana. So the best thing to do is to add a portion of your banana first. So if you're working with 4 banana, for example, add 2 first. If you're working with 8, add 4 first. If you're working with 10, add 5 first. So this is because you need to control the texture of your banana or of your akra. You don't want it to be too soft. Secondly, please do not blend this combination together. So do not blend the banana and the cassava together. You're going to lose the texture of it, and your akra is never going to come out well, because then it's going to be like puree, and you do not want that. You want a texture that you can easily mold. So right here I've added 2 more banana because I realized that I needed more sweetness. I tasted it, I needed more sweetness, and also I needed the texture to be a little softer. So I'm going in with my potato masher. You can use your hand to do this, or you can use a potato masher or a fufu stick. Please do not blend this combination, you will miss it. Now I like to go in also with my hand to feel the texture, and also to make sure that there are no balls, like there are not chunks of banana in there. You want to have a smooth textured paste for your akra. So once the mixture is okay, you can go ahead and just taste it a little bit and try to see if you can mold it with your hand. When you see that you can easily mold it in your hand, the texture is perfect. It should not be runny, and it should not be too hard. Now an extra tip for you is that if you want to make akra, it's good to have white gari at home. Gari is also made from cassava, the white version, the version without palm oil. So when you have that, if at some point you feel like your texture is too soft, go ahead and add a little bit, like 1 to 2 tablespoons to your paste, and then mix it to see how it's gonna feel in your hand. Once you have the correct consistency or texture, then your akra is ready. You do not need to let this ferment or sit for a while. And I want to say that the authentic local akra, you do not need baking powder, you do not need yeast. You just need banana and cassava, and understand the texture and proportion. Now for your oil, you want to get your oil to be hot at medium high heat, not too high heat. The same philosophy or the same principle for our puff puff recipe. If your oil is too hot, then your akra is going to get burned and it will be raw inside. So make sure that the heat is balanced. And one way to know this is just to scoop a little bit of akra and introduce into your oil and observe how it cooks. If it cooks too fast, then you reduce the heat. If it cooks too slow to absorb oil, then you increase the heat. And that is it, as easy as it looks and sounds. So go ahead and repeat the process until you're done with your paste. So if you've watched up to this point, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. This helps to support the channel and also tell YouTube that they should push our videos out there to help other people. And voila, your akra is ready. You can serve this with on a side with pepper, or you can just serve it as small chops at home or even at parties. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.